Alright, let us see if we're live first. Well, see if we're live and people can hear us. Okay, perfect. We are live. We're going to share this around really quick before we get started. But for all the people who are catching this after the fact, yeah, sorry the podcast has been so crazy the last week and a half. I have been stupidly busy and not a fan of it. Let me tell you. Alright, here's Discord out of the way. Minato, what is up? Actually caught you not halfway through for once. Yes, at the beginning of starting something. So yeah, what is up, Minato? How are you doing tonight? Everybody, thanks for popping in so fast. I appreciate it. I'm just going to share this to Facebook, and we are all set. All of our bases are covered. Twist, how is it going? By the way, when I loaded this up, I was like, man, look at how chunky Ringo's face looks on PS4. I was great about this. Hey, you know what's not chunky? Getting those trophies. 2 live streams in one night? Well, this is my first live stream, I think. Hypothetically, it should be, unless I went live before and did it bad. Yes, I got tough competition with My Life in Gaming always. They got their Sunday live stream. Alright. Alright, so we have shared this around, so let's close out all of our stuff. And charge the phone before we get started. By the way, how is the volume? You should just be able to hear the music and me. I turned everything else off. So let me know how that sounds. If the music is a little loud, I can also turn it off, but I figured it'd be good to have something in the background. It is so funny. It's been so long since we played. What does it want us to do? Oh, yes, the central lane. We gotta find Mangatsu. Okay. You know, Saberson, I was literally just playing SMT 1, 2, and IF yesterday. I was checking him out on my Switch with the Nintendo Switch Online stuff because I haven't messed around with that in a really long time and I forgot I have that. But let's get started. We're going to crack open the tall boy for the night, which is just Arnold Palmer. How's it going, everybody? And welcome to Shin Megami Tensei Network. Very live and very sloppy. Link 296. I'm your solo host, Spencer, playing some Soul Hackers 2, but for all the audio listeners, you'll just be hearing music because, yeah, we're just here to play some games, and we'll learn our lesson from last time we streamed this of don't skip fights, just keep doing them, because this game is not designed for you to skip the fights. Obviously, I'm sure if you want to speedrun it, you can do that, but, yeah. Anything special for SMT Link 300? So, I can talk about this, I guess, in the beginning. So, yeah, Kane brings that up, and if anyone watching live, please, any questions, any topics you want to talk about, this is basically just going to go on for, if as close as humanly possible as I can get to an hour, because it's been a very long week and a half, and I'll get into that later. But yeah, so for 300, I think the way it's going to work out is I am going to be down in Arizona for TaioCon the first weekend of December. And that's going to line up with episode 299. So hypothetically, I will get up to a bunch of fun and interview a whole heaping bunch of people for our 300th episode while I'm down there, and do panels and include that as one big audio version probably, and then break it up into different stuff for YouTube, or kind of decide how I end up doing that in the long run. But yeah, if you are in the Mesa or Phoenix, Arizona area and plan on going to TaioCon or just want to go, I would highly recommend it. Mouse, I would love to go out west more. Honestly, TaioCon was very close to not happening, just because money has been the bane of my existence for way too long. Basically, what ended up happening was, oh, you know what, this just having Persona just play for absolutely no reason. LineCon. I do want to go to AnimeX though. I almost went. I think one of the years that was like not a pandemic or something. I almost went, and I have a lot of friends out there I'd love to like go and see it with. Like, it's just been like, especially during the pandemic, I'd be like, no, I have no interest in no interest in going, especially given how horrifyingly expensive California is. But yeah, we might turn off DLC music and just keep it, because it's going to just seem like we have like the most all over the place playlist otherwise. But yeah, so TaioCon will be fun. I have a couple of people I already know are going. I have some friends I'm going to be looking forward to meeting there. Really just honestly excited just to also travel, because like I said, I've been working and doing a whole bunch. Yeah, basically, over the last like 2.5 weeks, I've been exploring and learning about the fun world of having more than one job. And I thought, well, I work a pretty normal 9 to 5, and I need to earn some extra money around the house. So, well, not like I need extra walking around money. It's like, we needed extra money to live kind of money. And we got to that point, and I was like, okay, well, let's find another job and just find something we can do. And I had a couple of different options, and I got something, and the work was fine, but it was just that thing of, at the end of the day, I would be tired from work in a way I hadn't felt in a very, very long time. And it was affecting like me planning, or like I basically only had the energy and the ability to just work, eat, sleep, repeat. Like I wasn't really playing anything. I wasn't able to work on any like projects. Like the channel has almost gone like 2 weeks without an upload. And I've had things like I want to do, even like tiny little things. Like I have a copy of Persona 5 Royal I've been needing to unbox for you guys. And it's just been one of those things of like, there's got to be another way I can make additional income outside of my day job, because like I love my day job. My day job I really, really enjoy. It is very helpful to keep the house over our head and to have rent and stuff. But at the same time, I mean, I'm very aware of it's the life of being an adult, but it's like if you're getting home at like 11 or 12 past at night, yeah, it's like, no, like I've never really had it like that before. And that was only due to the fact that like we were in a single income house for like almost 5 weeks or something. So it was like, all right, I need to do something to try and make it up. And thankfully that's not the case anymore, but I would still like to try and work harder the next couple of weeks, pay off some stuff, save up some money, get a lot of like life stuff out of the way, which would be really, really nice. And so, long and short of it, basically, the whole thing with money was I was, we'll just have it be original. And the whole thing with money was like I could afford to go out to Arizona, but I had not planned on it because we were just living, hey, let's afford enough, like, let's afford rent for the month of November was basically where we were at. So, with that being the case, I was like, I'd love to go, but it's probably not going to happen unless something comes together last second. And then, luckily enough, my dad had basically asked, I was like, hey, do you want to just, like, have us, like, pay for a trip just for you out there as, like, a gift? And I'd be like, you know what, I would gladly take that. Because, like, it's really only a couple $100, which is nice. But it is, like, something that it's like, yeah, if, like, I have other things, like, if we're needing to pay off, like, car payments, rent, or other things, it's hard to justify not starring Timothy Olyphant. So, got that out of the way. Haven't announced it yet, but yes, I will be at TigerCon myself. I have 3 panels happening. There will be a SMT and Atlas and Persona panel, which will basically just be like Imagine the Podcast, but just in person. I don't think there's a theme for that one. I think it is just like a Persona and SMT fan panel. There is a Digimon anniversary panel that I'm trying. Wow, we're like really getting bonked by these guys. I must be like under level. And I think actually we are under leveled. I'll double check where I'm at, but I think actually we are under leveled for what we were doing. Oh, and I needed to use the stupid grinding DLC. That's why. All right, that makes much more sense now. So yeah, the panels, we have Persona and SMT, Digimon, I think is the 25th anniversary. I may be wrong. Any chance you can record? Oh, yeah. So the whole point of me going down there, and as I do with any panel I ever go to, I will always record. I will always record and make it available, just because I know it's not always feasible for people to go out to places. So yeah, don't worry about that. But yeah, besides Digimon, I think the other one... Oh, it's the 35th anniversary for Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy has a lot of stuff to talk about, with the Final Fantasy anniversary being this month. I think we like either just missed it or it's like this week. Yes, Jody, this is actually live gameplay. Also, I'm surprised you're awake. Isn't it like... it's like 1 in the morning for you. But yeah, so Digimon, Final Fantasy, Persona, and SMT, fun stuff. And then I, as of now, have at least 3 interviews planned. So getting more stuff put together, but have some new people we'll be interviewing, some returning people we'll be interviewing, talking to other people. In some ways, this man is I am basically like, the things in my life that aren't recorded are very few and far between, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm so sad. Like, Jody, literally, I missed Big Run. I missed Big Run. Like, by the time I got back was, I think, 2 hours ago. So, no rest for me today, unfortunately. But yes, Big Run has been very fun in the world of Splatoon. But yeah, I'm excited for Arizona. I love getting to meet new people out there. I feel like every year I always end up meeting new SMTN people out there. I just hadn't officially announced it yet, just because I was trying to decide if I wanted that to be what I'm doing for episode 300, and also just because, like, literally the last time we talked about it, oh yeah, what was this? We gotta check out our level. Literally, like, the last time we talked about it, I was like, I probably can't go, and that sucks. Let's see, then. We will be turning on all of the stupid baby mode DLC, because this is our 5th time playing this game, so we've given up trying. Actually, if I'm doing that, I should, because I'm already under-leveled, so all these fights are going to take forever anyway. We should just do like a side quest or something. But yeah, guys, if you have any other questions for me, Atlas related, Persona related, whatever related, what did you guys think of the Game Awards, by the way? I went and saw that in IMAX with Gnarly. That was really, really fun. We were actually going to do the podcast together after after that, but he had like a headache or a migraine or something, and it got a like no offense to Christopher Judge, it was a very long show. I loved it, but yeah, by the time it was done, it was almost midnight. He had a headache, and I was like, all right, we've got things to talk about, but it was like as is tradition with me planning a guest ahead of time, falls through incredibly harsh. Oh, I didn't even know he had a meal. That's okay. We will live. That meal is now done, so. We can probably just go... Yeah, like Death Stranding was big. Of course, no Atlas. Well, there was 0.5 seconds. I should use that as, like, the thumbnail for this episode. There was 0.5 seconds of Persona 3 Portable there. And seeing that on an IMAX screen made me so visibly giddy for really no reason at all. It was very funny. Okay, yeah, we'll be fine doing this for a while. It seems there's a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll do some Soul Matrix grinding. I think we have to do it anyways. Those were the commercials, but you know what? We take what we can get when it comes to seeing anything new. I can't tell you the amount of people I legitimately had to, like, tell them to chill or, like, calm down who seriously thought Persona 6 was going to be there. I was like, after everything, guys, like, after everything, you are all still over here being like, you know what? I think there's a chance. I think we got a chance. It's like, no, guys, we literally don't even have a chance of seeing Project Refantasy by the end of the year. Oh, Saber, an SMT movie. I'm surprised we've not had. I don't know what one they would do. It's a little tough. Like, honestly, like, if they wanted to just be really lazy, I feel like, well, not, you know what I mean, like, if they wanted to just pick the easy answer, I feel like, wouldn't it just make sense just to do, like, wouldn't it just make, like, the most sense to do something quick, like, I'm failing to even think of the name for it, Devil Survivor. I feel like Devil Survivor, since we had Devil Survivor 2 as an anime, I feel like Devil Survivor 1 would be, like, a pretty easy movie to make. It would be pretty fun. SMT4 and Nocturne would be very expensive. 5, even as an anime, I feel like. Yes, well, I mean, like, as with anything, it'd be like, well, who's making it? How are they going to do it? What's the blah, blah, blah? There's always a million questions and stuff for that, so I wouldn't blame you there. But yeah, that like would be like a good question of like, what's the best movie, or like, what's the best Atlas title movie that's not Persona, like in the Shin Megami Tensei universe? I think obviously a big one would be Catherine. I think Catherine is such a slam dunk of an easy one. Of like, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it before. All right, now remember, guys, every time we do a battle, we've got a cheese. Eh, we'll save the demon one. Boop. Surprised we only got one. But yeah, how has everyone's week been going? I seriously have missed talking with you all outside of just like social media stuff recently. And it has been such a... And I mean, like, it's funny because like some people are acting like, oh, well, whatever, we're done with the holidays, so we don't need to like do much like content or whatever like right now. Whereas like for me, I'm like, dude, like we just got Dragon Quest, been playing that for a little bit on the Switch. We've been like, we're literally 2 days away from getting Crisis Core, which is really awesome. I'm super excited to see more people play it. I don't know what is going on with Crisis Core, by the way. Like, literally everybody who ordered a physical copy at Best Buy apparently just got it early. Like, steelbooks and games are all out. Like, it's very funny to me that Crisis Core... And by the way, like, Crisis doesn't care. Like, you just stream pretty much most of the game. Like, it's one of the least, like, embargoed pre-release Square Enix games I've seen in a very long time. It's super strange. I mean, again, it's a remake of a PSP game, but it's just so funny to me. Of like, really? Like, we're not gonna do more? Like, whatever, I guess. Reviews sound like Crisis Core on Switch. Oh yeah, like thankfully my worries about it on. So actually, no, I think because there was that preview event I saw the footage of. Um, yeah, Crisis Core runs great pretty much on everything. But my thing is like they put so much like work into the new assets. It's like I've got to play this on PS5, 4K 60, please. It's like it's not like it's the only way to enjoy it, but it's like that's how I want to enjoy it. Like I'm not really looking for. I'm not dying for an excuse to get a handheld experience, especially with so many games on Switch right now. Speaking of, as if there's ever a time where you're not drowning in Switch games, I do want to give a shout out because I did finally play. I've just been so behind on so many other things to play, but I did get a chance to finally check out Harvestella, like full game Harvestella, and I will say that game ended up looking way better than I thought after, like actually like performance-wise looking better in the long run, which was really, really nice. Oh, Jody, I missed your comment. No, read my comment. Digital Devil Story OVA remake. I think that it like I think like it would have to be really faithful because I feel like with Digital Devil Story, you have one of two things are going to happen. People are going to complain if you change anything, but it's not really going to bring in anyone new. I can't like my thing is I just can't imagine it being like a Devil May Crybaby situation where like you remake this classic anime and then everyone ends up loving it. I feel like it would just be one of those situations where people enjoy it, but it isn't like something that kind of like blows the lid off of anything, which I don't blame in the story material. I mostly kind of chalk that up to Digital Devil's Story is very much like a product of its era. It's very good. I really like it, but it is that thing of like remastered Nakachiba. Like it's outside of the memes and what it helped start with the books and the games and everything. Obviously, it's just one of those things that like I don't think has a lot of. It just doesn't have a lot of like that presence of like, okay, this is gonna catch on to like a mainstream audience. It's not super marketable. SMT 1+2 anime, yes, but that would be so dark and I feel like super expensive, but I'd be down for it. I don't know how you would do both in one product without it seeming really disconnected. Big yawn. By the way, little news update for all of you. Collector's editions for the One More edition have finally been shipping out. Oof, I am so glad I did not order that thing. Not because it looks bad, literally mostly just due to the fact that it's as it's as I expected. It's just a cardboard little case. It's fine in the most whatever sense of the word. It isn't anything crazy. I the first unboxing I finally found for it, even the person who bought it, like the person who bought it didn't even seem like they cared. Like, and I mean, like this was because it was coming from like a collector who literally like it's just one of those collectors that's like I buy it because it's Atlas, and I'm never one of those guys. Like I buy something when I want it. I don't just as much as people like make fun of me for being like a bootlicker or whatever, I say no to a lot of stuff of like what I spend my money on without just mindlessly consuming. So that's why I always find it so funny when like you see these people who are very very harsh on a company, but then will spend money on merchandise endlessly as if like it's some investment opportunity, and not even investment, just because it's like I like X property, I will buy X property. Like I love Metal Gear, but there are so many bits of like merchandise from Metal Gear Solid I don't buy. It's an interesting thing, but like I think also I'm a really weird edge case. of I like a lot of products, but like I'd rather spend my money on something like books or a game or movies than just like a t-shirt or a poster or a figure, where I know there are so many people out there who are like, yes, give me all the figures, give me all the Funko Pops, give me everything just to gobble it up. And like, I totally get that. It's just one of those funny things of like, I never really feel FOMO for that, even with some collector's editions. Like Final Fantasy 16's collector's edition looks great, but honestly, like, the figure looks great, but I know it would just sit there taking up dust. Like, having two different steelbooks gets me more excited than the giant $250 like figurine, which is the funniest thing. I don't know, like, for you guys out there, what does it take for you to really feel like you're missing out on something? Like, all of situations where, like, when I stopped buying limited run, I'd be like, dang, I would have liked that, but then also at the same time, I know that, like, unless it's like, I can't think of anything I've missed out on with limited run that's like crazy expensive that I need. Like, the only one that I go back to sometimes of like, I want this, but I feel like I'll have a way to get it eventually, is sorry, my brain is turning off. Shenmue 3. Limited Run did a Shenmue 3 complete re-release, and the whole thing with Shenmue 3, which was so funny, was like, it's a game that sold bad. Like, Shenmue 3 bombed hard. I like Shenmue a lot, and I still need to beat 3, but I'm also, like, I did 1 and 2 as a platinum run back-to-back, so, like, by the time 3 finally came out, I was like, we can wait a little bit. Like, I played some of it, and I was like, I really enjoyed it so far. But, oh no, that's not good. Excuse me. Like, they did but the only way to buy the complete DLC edition was to buy a collector's edition for this game that cost $10, and it was like $150. And I'll say this: I've asked one friend I know who lives near the limited run store to check. It was kind of recent. I don't know if they'd sell it a la carte though. That's the whole thing, because it was only supposed to be for this like collector's edition. There was never an a la carte version of it, which, again, was really stupid, because what if you don't want all the tchotchkes? But whatever. Like, most limited run stuff, I end up just picking up at Best Buy. Or if I really want, can find it. Like, cover variants. Like, the cover variants aren't rare anymore. Like, the only cover variant I end up seeing being worth a lot of money anymore, I think, was like the Switch version of River City Girls, like the PAX one. But I have no interest in buying. Like, I like cover variants, but cover variants are also mostly only fun to me if I'm like, if it's a game I like. Like, I don't want a cover variant for something I don't care about. A good example, like, I enjoyed buying the Jack X cover variant, because I love Jack and Daxter, and it was the original box art. That was fun. I like Castlevania, like, variant cover arts. I like Curse of the Moon, stuff like that of games I really, really like. Whereas, like, I mean, again, going back to River City Girls, I have like every cover variant for River City Girls on PlayStation, but it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up on Switch if I know I'm never gonna play it there. But then also, a funny thing is, now with River City Girls 2, the funny thing with that, like, there's no, like, if you bought River City Girls 2 from Limited Run, unless you really wanted their specific collector's edition items or cover art, like, you're kind of stupid for not just buying it from Asia. Limited Run won't be released until well into 2023. And the Asia one is cheaper. Like, if you wanted just River City Girls 2, it is $35 PlayStation or Switch. And if you want River City Girls 1 plus 2, it is like $39 on all those systems again. So again, it just goes back to this whole thing of like, yeah, like there's no FOMO there. Like even me, like I was thinking about this recently again because I need money and I have a lot of crap in my life. I was like, do I need the River City Girls 1 Collector's Edition? I was like, I could probably sell that and make some okay money. Like, obviously I'll keep the game, but like just sell the empty box because like I was looking at a bunch of my stuff recently. I just sold the collector's edition for Transistor, the Supergiant game. Like I love Supergiant, I love Transistor, like all that stuff is really really fun, but it's like it's a bunch of pens, a coaster, and a ring. It's like I don't really need that. I ended up selling it for like $75, I think, and like that's the lowest price on eBay. It wasn't like I was scumming anybody. Like that was the cheapest price I saw listed, and I listed it at that, and it sold in like a day. And I was like, wow, okay. So, and these collector's edition boxes take up a lot of room. Like there are some collector's editions I would never want to sell. Anything Vita, it's like, no, yeah, I like having that, but it's like, so like, I don't know, like it's something about certain PS4 games, like if it's not like a big kind of staple to me, where I don't feel bad about getting rid of a collector's edition unless it's something really crazy. Like I would never get rid of the Final Fantasy 15 collector's editions I have. Like I really love Final Fantasy. I couldn't get rid of that. I would never get rid of the Metal Gear ones I have. Not that there are that many Metal Gear collector's editions, but the ones I have, like they're giant, they're crazy. But yeah, like I have a lot of ones from Limited Run that I got because I was just buying everything. And it's like, yeah, I like having all these games. I never have any FOMO. I mean, not FOMO. I never have any regret for games I buy. Like, I cannot tell you the last time I bought a video game and I went, wow, this is terrible. Why did I buy this? But, like, there's definitely some examples of collector's editions I've bought where I'm like, do I need the collector's edition for like this random indie horror game that just came with a poster, a CD, and a big box? No. And in most cases, I'll just keep the CD. Like Transistor, I kept the CD. Like that price was without the game and without the CD. It was just the big box and everything else was in like perfect edition. Which is funny because I feel like actually the game and the CD are probably the least valuable. Like those are pretty much interchangeable. You can get anywhere. I still feel like we're really underleveled. I'm not sure if it's just because of our demons or what, but I've got to get us some more stacked demons. Like I think once we get like a good party of like pretty chunky demons, it'll be better. But yeah, I don't know. Like and like I have a convention coming up, a local convention where I'm tempted just to bring a bunch from there, like rent a table and bring a whole bunch of my collector's edition boxes, because I feel like that'd be a great place just to be like, hey, does anyone want? Does anyone want? They're like, I'm not giving them away, but it is very much a situation of me just being like, yeah, like I'll make space, I'll make some good money in the meantime, and I won't have to sell it or whatever. But I don't know. It could also be a situation of like I bring a bunch of stuff like that, and it doesn't end up going anywhere. Like, I end up selling it, or I bring a bunch of stuff, people aren't interested, wasting time, or then on the opposite spectrum of things, I get offers, but it's usually a lot of lowball stuff. But it's hard to say. I'll have to see. By the way, yeah, if you're near Kansas City, definitely check out or look up, it's Casey Retro Game Swap. It's got a kind of weird name, but if you basically put in Casey Retro Convention, and it's this Saturday, you'll see it. It's like a one-day thing. I went there last time I made a video about it. It was really, really cool. Let's see. I had a couple of things. I heard that there will be a horror movie based on The Grinch. Yeah, Saber, that's gotten pretty bad reviews. They're doing a similar thing with the Winnie the Pooh thing. I wouldn't be that surprised. Jody, I need to know what you've been buying from PlayAsia. I know you bought Various Day Life, but I used to spend a lot of money on PlayAsia back when they did a lot of Vita stuff. There's stuff I still want, but I've definitely slowed down on my buying as other expenses are important. Minato says, I bought the SpongeBob Collector's Edition that came with all three figurines. Legit the most expensive thing I've ever bought, will ever buy. I know exactly which one you're talking about. It was the FUN Collector's Edition. It came with SpongeBob socks, a SpongeBob, Sandy, and Patrick statue. I know exactly which one you're talking about. THQ Nordic liked doing those really big collector's editions that thankfully never really sell out. Like they did one for... There's another one. The Destroy All Humans 1 and 2. Like, the one they have for Destroy All Humans 1 with, like, a life-size crypto statue is absolutely insane. Someone brought this up recently of, like, Atlas having, really dropping the ball with collector's editions. I can't tell. Are people not liking Atlas's collector's editions more, or is it that they're only at Shop Atlas? Like, let me know what you guys think. So, like I said earlier, the P5R one, that was bad. That was really cheap. The quality was bad. Everything about that collector's edition seemed extremely lackluster on almost every front. But, like, the Soul Hackers one, outside of the delay in shipping, I was pretty happy with it. I liked the merch. It was interesting. I would have liked an actual CD or an art book, but considering how cheap those are to get in the Japanese collector's edition, I don't mind it that much. But, like, yeah, Kane, the SMT5 one, I loved that. I thought that was a great collector's edition. I cannot get over the fact that we're still this under-leveled. I think it's really just because I just bum rushed like, we went as fast as we could, skipping every battle last time. So we'll do some demon fusing in a little bit. Get out of here once we get to the next checkpoint, and see what we can do to cheese this game a little bit more. Kate says, I like the Soul Hackers 2 one, but it being an exclusive to the Atlas store was a big no-go for me. Which again, I understand. Terrible shipping, terrible customer service. It's got way more positives than negative. I'm very aware Shop Atlas is not a great shop. I'm sure they're aware of it. Jody says, because they're expensive to the shop, the shipping sucks. Shipping rates in Europe suck even more. Time it takes to ship sucks. Shock says, I never really care too much about the merch. The only special editions I go for is the begrudgingly are the ones with exclusive game content like the Phantom Thieves edition. Yes, I understand that. The ones, like, that's always the one that sucks. So, like, when you're buying a collector's edition, because it feels like you're not getting the full game unless you buy it, like, those always suck. I hate how that feels. Like, I'm trying to think of one where I did that with. Get out of here, you punkhead. Plus, the only items I wanted were the OST and the figure, and I have the OST, and I'll find the figure. Yeah, so thankfully, kind of going back to the, like, you're not going to always have a lot of FOMO, it just goes back to that thing of, like, in most cases, things don't get more expensive after they come out. Most things get cheaper. So, like, don't ever, like, expect everything to just jump up in price. Although I would be curious. I'll do this in a second. I'm going to look up what the Soul Hackers 2 North American Collector's Edition goes for. Because that actually sold out. The P5R one, if someone can do this, I would appreciate this. Can somebody go to the Shop Atlas store and tell me how many copies of that Collector's Edition are in stock for P5R? Because I know that did not sell out. Wow. Way to go, Melody. This is your one chance. Seeing this with, like, fast battle it's upsettingly fast. It's almost like if you don't exactly know what's going on, it's like, oh, this is a lot. Gotta tell us, I'm gonna calm down. Alright. Got a couple more levels. Alright, we'll start sharing the love and get everyone else to level 20 soon. Thank you. So yes, let's see. Soul Hackers 2, North American Collector's Edition. I'm very curious. Here we go. $135. What did I pay for it? This is everything. Oh, it might not be the game. Oh, it's no game and no steelbook. That sounds like a Spencer thing. What did I pay for that? I think it was $200. What did I pay for that? This is really messing with me now. I'll have to look this up. Like, what the heck did I pay for this thing? I think it was $200. Let's see. Shop Atlas. Collector's Edition. I ordered it so long ago, my god. Here we go. June 10th. $225 after shipping for me. You can buy it brand new for $25 more than that with free shipping. There is a PS5 for $250 if you really wanted everything. Now here's my question, because clearly the Steelbook's the big get here. I wonder how rare or how expensive the Steelbook is. There are no listings of the Steelbook on its own on eBay or Mercari. And let's see if any have sold. No Steelbook, no Steelbook. Wow, the Steelbook was basically like $100 of the value, according to some people. That is absolutely wild. Yeah, good to know the one more edition is still in stock. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. I'm shocked. Oh, I was going to say, the original thing, and I said this before in the podcast, I fully expect those to go on sale. I was going to say for Black Friday, but considering they took so long to ship them, that'd be very bad, because that'd be screwing over everyone who prepaid. But wow. I don't know, I tell you, the soonest you could put Persona 5 Royal Special Edition on sale, I think is January. Like, next month. Once they might not have all the international ones shipped out, so probably not. Once those are shipped out, I'd say March at the soonest. God knows it can't take that long. So once Jody gets her copy, then everyone else can, it's fair game. Alright folks, what demons should we look for? Oh, that's a mandatory. It's a great one. What demons should we throw into the party? By the way, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I know it's been crazy on the channel, crazy with the podcast. Community has been awesome as always. But I always feel bad if the show's ever late a week or misses a week or anything like that. So, always appreciate you guys. Alright, let's fuse some demons. Welcome to the circus, not the Velvet Room. And now, also, since our character is much higher, it'll be very easy for us to get some more. Let's summon. Wasn't there like a reason I wasn't well, I may have not used these because I was like, oh, this will I was like, oh, this will like break them or something, but I was like, well, we're mostly just trying to hurry this along, so I don't think we're gonna worry about that anymore. Definitely want Namissa. Who do we want for who? Let's see if we can do any other newer ones. Kane, I appreciate the dedication. I should definitely get Mara because isn't that funny? Actually, let's see if we can fuse some of our tiny guys to make some space. Let's fuse you and you to make a Jack Frost. Bop, 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 bop. Jack Frost still looking good. I haven't even fused once. Nice. I'm sure at some point I'll just get extremely confused and be like, oh god, what do I do to do that and to do this? Sure, that'll work. It's true, if you play in handheld, you don't notice the resolution. I will say, for going back to some things I was expecting at the Game Awards, I did have fun. I was like, I'm not expecting it like it needs to be here. I would have thought, you know what? This would be a cool spot to put. This would be a cool spot to put SMT5 coming to PC, because I thought, well, Jeff usually likes to do a lot of stuff with the Game Awards, and with the Epic Game Store, and then little do I know, the Epic Game Store stuff was very light. There really wasn't that much. The sponsorships were spread out big time. We should get Satan. I mean, just look at this disgusting six-titted thing. Don't even know what all these tails look like. Got a bone tail, got a snake tail. Alright, we'll get Mara for you sick weirdos. We need one more. Who's gonna be a good pick? I'd like people with, like, different types, because right now we've got lightning, ice, shooting. Hum. Let's see. Again, I can't get over how bad her texture looks here. Like, everything else of her looks great. Like, if you look at it from this way, like, wow, that's a cool looking demon. You see the inside texture is like, that's literally just a JPEG being stretched. Explaining to my mother that is very, very funny. We gotta get Iho. We gotta get her. Throw her in the party. She's a homie. Alright, and then we'll get this guy, so with this way we have some fire. Alright. Now, we can give all the cool kids some extra demon love. Yeah. Pixie, I love you, but we gotta start murdering some fools. Get Missa. Alright, we'll give Arrow Satan. Zhao will go to Milady. And I guess Mara goes to Saizo because we have nothing better to do. Let's give him a heal. Let's give her fire. He's already got ice, and she's got electric. Alright. I honestly want a Persona spinoff to have Lotus Juice variant of Jack Frost. You know what? That's a great, like, little weird aside. How has there never been a Lotus Juice version of, like, any of the singers? Like, really, it's like, wouldn't you just think you just make a million of these things? Like, making a version of Jack Frost is very easy. There's not a lot of thought that really needs to go into it. It's like, give them the hair and give them the outfit. Alright, let's see what meals we've got. The answer is we don't have a lot. Alright, now that we're super OP, we'll go back to the dungeon. And it should be better for us to... I think if we just do attack now, it'll go back to normal. Yeah, it is true. Lyn is at least canonically in the game. At least with P5. Let us save while we're here. Oh my gosh, how long have we been talking, folks? We've been doing this for an hour? Wow. Time flies with you all. Time flies. We haven't even complained about Persona 3 yet. You all are great. You guys really make time go by fast. I have not had dinner yet. So dinner suggestions would be amazing as well. We won't do this because this will just absolutely wipe all of our stuff, but let's see what a normal attack with our demon does now. Much better. How about this? Much better. And much better. Who's up for playing Shin the Wanderer? Whoa. Harrison, are you baiting me here? I love to play Shin the Wanderer. So I think it's number 5. I was trying to think of the number. Shin the Wanderer on Vita, the tower and the dice are absolutely awesome. So, Kane, I am home alone. I am a sad little Kevin McAllister with anything I want is an option. The only problem is it's Sunday and it's like almost 8 o'clock. Actually, it's already after 8 o'clock. So restaurants are probably a no. Restaurants are probably a no, but I'm curious what you all think. Also, yes, if you guys have thoughts about the Persona 3 debauchery, let me know. Mermaid, I will get you, but you will definitely just be trade bait later. But I appreciate you because you're a great design. Ew, get out of here. But yeah, I had a weird craving for like a hamburger, but specifically not a like fast food hamburger, if that makes sense. Woof. Pizza's always good, but I had pizza not that long ago. But I have to probably pass on pizza. Asian is good, but I don't think anyone is open this late around here. That would be an option. And I'm pretty sure Mary would get mad if I ordered delicious Asian food without her. There is a Whataburger hilariously close nearby, but the last time I had a Whataburger was pretty underwhelming. And Whataburger's also like, Whataburger's not that cheap. Like, I used to think like Whataburger was like really cheap, and then now it's like, no, Whataburger's actually kind of expensive. Alright, we're now where I want to be with this game, guys. We're now at the point where it's just turn your brain off in battles. That's exactly where I want it to be. Alright, we got a paragraph by Jacques. Let's see. Too long didn't read, but we will anyway. I really wish it wasn't portable, but for a marketing perspective, I guess it's justified. Most of all, though, there's no physical edition. I am medically unable to care with any of my being. I definitely understand that. Twist, adding the cutscenes definitely seems like a doable thing, but that sounds also like more work that wouldn't be necessary. Oh, Zenburger, that takes me back. Kane, I don't know where you live, but if it's the same Zenburger I'm thinking of, Zenburger I used to go to with my dad was very good. I really liked Zenburger. Can we just do something that'll nuke y'all? No. Yeah, Zenburger was a really good burger joint. New Jersey. Definitely not the same one as thinking of from Arizona. But good to know. I have some friends in Jersey. I'll have to ask about Zen Burger. Taco Bell, not off the table, because nacho fries are still there, and the last time I went, those nacho fries were in high form. Whoever was on the fryer that night had decided, you know what? I'm not going to do bad Taco Bell drive-thru quality tonight, guys. We're doing good nacho fries, and boy, did it show. I ate them, and I was like, oh my god, this is extremely edible. I was extremely shocked. It was very good. But I don't think we're gonna do Taco Bell tonight. This might just end up with me making a 40-cent cup of ramen, let's be honest. But yeah, guys, look, I have a bigger discussion I want to do, but I'm trying to think of the right person I want to have on the show to talk about this from a side of not enjoying Portable as much as I am. I'm just surrounded by too many people with the right opinions. All the people I know for guests to come on, we all love Portable because it's the best. So, yeah, it's a bummer. But I have a couple of ideas of people I would bring on that I have in mind. I could only do you or you. We'll do Melody. We got the guy. The guy's in the chat. It's Jacques. Jacques ready to defend Fez from the absolute beating that I will deliver it on a daily basis. I'll give you your answer right here. Do you remember, like, when I started playing this game and I was like, it's so cool you can fight the summoners. I feel like this game forgets about fighting summoners for a while. We'll do this. I was surprised anyone was weak to that, honestly. And he's dead, and they're all gone. Oh no. Kaburagi! But yeah, everybody, do you guys have any games you are still excited for that are not out yet this year? High on Life is out on Tuesday. I'm hoping that's not bad, but I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I'll find out. That's going to be like one of the last Game Pass games I play before my subscription runs out, so I'll be curious if I end up, I'll be curious to see if I end up going back to it. Why is the gameplay so fast? Derp, we have the dashes on, and I have super fast battle on as well. So it basically makes the game look like it's running on 100 times speed. This is how it should normally look. If you press the button here, this is a normal fight. Look at how slow that looks now by Christian. Remember what I said that's too fast? High on Life, I'm just interested. I like Crows. I like their work. I know it's not for everybody, but it's like, for Game Pass, it's like, I'll try it. It looks fine. Just look at that big Mara. That was it? Alright, everybody, we tried. Game's over. I would mess up some soup tonight. Like a hot, big bowl of noodles would be good, but not an option. Weirdly, like, fried chicken actually sounds good. I've not had in a couple of days. I think I have to, like, go back down and then go find this guy again. Yeah, because we have to know it's locked. That's the problem with this one. Oh, here's what I'm curious about. Here's what it made me... Oh, we're trying to pause. There we go. What made me... And this is by Minato, says... The main thing that made me accept P3P as the re-release was that I remembered it's a cat, damn it. It is a cat. I'm glad someone remembers that line. You know what's like a funny one? Like, and like, Jock or anyone else in chat, please, like, elaborate. I don't know of any change in Portable that I've ever heard. It's so dumb you have to do that. I don't know if I've ever had like a complaint I've heard for Portable where I was like, that's a great point. Like, that I agreed with. Obviously, everyone is welcome to their own opinions and stuff with it, but like every complaint I've ever heard with it, I've just gone, no, I mean, I like that more though. Like, I like it more that way on purpose, and other things like that. So the cutscenes, it's fine. There's ways to watch them. You're still getting the story. I'm not playing Persona 3 for the cutscenes. I'm playing Persona 3 for the story. The visual novel aspects. That world's not that fun to explore. You're already going through a lot of menus as is. It's not like you're losing an open world. The added party controls making the game easier. Once again, let me just put this out there. Not playing these games to be challenged. Most of these times, I'm never really playing these games to be like, dang, man, please make this hard for me. Oh, we have a couple of different options. I mean, we have a couple different complaints, I think, so we'll take a look here. I don't like turning fusion spells into items because I thought spamming Armageddon was hilariously broken. I can understand that, but again, that's pretty, like, not a definitive thing. The endgame dialogue for the female route was changed to Power of Bond stuff instead of the actual theme of Persona 3. So pretty much no other reason other than goodness gracious golly stuff Persona 4 sold so well. Don't get the Yukari shower scene. All is lost, no value. The change, I feel like, doesn't like necessarily undermine the whole theme. Like, it's still really, really there. I think it was just they wanted to try and make something sound different as compared to playing Persona 3 all over again from when you've done it before. That's at least my thought with it. I don't know if they've ever actually commented on that or how it actually changes compared to the American version or the Japanese version. But yeah, guys, before I try and wrap this up and get out of here, I think we're going to do a boss. No, we're actually going like too fast. It'd be like kind of hard to do a boss. If you have any questions for me at all, please let me know. We'll be back with a regular episode next week. Not next Tuesday, probably. If I can get one up that quickly, I will. But usually I like to give these a little bit of time to breathe. So don't expect a new show on Tuesday, but do expect a video on either Monday or Tuesday. That will be me finally opening up the Persona 5 Royal Xbox Steelbook. Because that's been sealed, sent to me from Chris a very long time ago. Wow, Namista, thanks. You brought so much to the conversation. Get out of here, dork. I'm here to talk to this guy. He knows what's up. Alright, now that we got the key. Once again, I'm so glad that this game's run animation doesn't look bad. There were definitely some animations when sped up in this game that I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty bad. Why is Hera still a boy in the female arc? He is part of the material being and he doesn't grow inside of a guy. I always chalked that up to the fact that they just didn't want to have to make another new character. As like, I feel like that's just the most genuinely honest question I can answer. Of like, that's them saving money. Should there have been a girl version thematically and responsibly? Yes. Does it ruin it though? Also no. So it goes into that thing of like, I feel like, and this might just be like a Final Fantasy VII syndrome of like, depending on what you play first is what you really love. Maybe there are just more people out there in the world who started with Portable that I know, and that's why I don't hear the complaints as much. Like maybe if you started with 3 or Fez, that's why you have more or less of a chip on your shoulder about Portable. But like for me, Fez is still there. Like, just because one got ported before another doesn't really make the other version better or worse. It's not Atlas saying this is the definitive version, but it's also not confirming, hey, this means we're remaking it, or this means we're never going to remake it. It's just them saying, hey, this was quick and easy to port, so we're going to port this one. It's going to look the best in HD, and this way you don't have to worry about it as much. Sure. Get rid of all of Arrow's SP as he murders everyone. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely, like, I don't think it's, I don't think it's ill-advised to say, oh, okay, sorry, I had to write a message from a friend and I could not tell if it was, like, them being spammed or, like, hacked or something. But yeah, if you don't like the visual novel aesthetic, that's super understandable. It's definitely not for everybody. There's a lot of things you lose in that transition as well. So, totally understandable. As I've said various times on this show, it is what got me into, it was my first ever visual novel. So I definitely am holding it up on a bit of a higher pedestal with that in mind. But yeah, I think when it comes to reviews and you see other things out there when this game is put out next month, oh thanks, dog, get another trophy. I think there would be very little actual critical problems of people being like, oh, it needed this from Fez or it needed that. I'd be very shocked. I would be very, very shocked. I don't think I'm going to be bringing up very much at all. Because I think another reason, especially something I have a gripe with people saying that it looks so crappy or looks so cheap for a HD remaster, which, by the way, guys, we've had so many awful and stupid and terrible HD remasters. Like, we've only seen, like, the 2D assets for the most part. Like, looking at the game in battle and when you're exploring Tartarus, like, that's going to look the most smooth. You're looking at something that is pre-rendered backgrounds. So, not so much longer to find out. Like, a month and a week is what I think we're looking at here. So, not too terribly much. Another weird thing of needing to look at a locked door to look for the key. Really dumb, but whatever. But yeah, guys, let's save so I don't forget. I don't know how we did this for over an hour. It felt super fast. But thank you all for chatting with me for an hour, at least before I get anything to eat, even though I still have no idea what we're going to eat today. But I hope you all are having a good holiday. I hope you all are playing some fun games. Working less than me would make me happy. This episode will be up later, the audio version, in case you missed anything and don't want to watch it on YouTube. It'll be up probably Monday morning, if anything. But, yeah. Thank you all so much. I realized I was missing the microphone there as I grabbed the thing. But, yeah, thank you again for watching, popping in, all you being active in chat, Minato, Jock, Twist, Harrison, Derp, Kane, Jody a little bit ago, everybody being in the chat, Mouse, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night. Have some fun, play some games, new or old, doesn't matter, and I will see you all next week for another episode of the SMTN Network. Oh! Nope. Almost forgot. I'm not sure if I can pull this up. I hope I can. Almost forgot the Patreon shout-out. If you guys like this show and want to help me not work as many jobs, but no pressure, but if you do, you can go to patreon.com/SMTnetwork, and you can donate $1 usually to get exclusive access, giveaways, stuff like that. Or if you pay the $5 and up tier, I will say your name at the end of each episode. And the Patreon mobile app, everybody, let me tell you, from a creator's perspective, is a little tough. It's got some things going on, that is for sure. Does not want me to be able to pull it up. So we're gonna go see if we can grab the laptop, kill some time, because you know what? It's a Sunday. I enjoy talking to you all, and I do not want to leave these patrons hanging. Because, yeah, I appreciate everybody who donates, but especially the $5 and up ones, you guys help keep the lights on the most, especially when it comes to the hosting fees, everything like that. You guys know me. You know there's... I'm not blowing these patron bucks on, like... I can't even think of... I can't... Like, that's... I'm absolutely unable to, like, think of anything I'd be able to, like, frivolously spend my money on for that, so... You all can see the amount. It always helps everything. And again, if you enjoy the podcast and can't support with Patreon, do not worry. The show is not going anywhere. It just helps keep the lights on, like I said. Sharing the show around helps a lot. Reviewing it, like on iTunes or Spotify. Sharing it around, like the YouTube link. That stuff really, really helps. Subscribing on all the platforms, even if you don't listen to it there. Like, subscribing on YouTube has been really, really helpful for new audience members and discovery and things like that. But yeah, we were fine. The laptop was dead, by the way, so, of course. My house in a complete disarray. Everything just wanting to die. Like, literally, just a little quick anecdote here. I was having an absolutely terrible last week. I'm just super tired. Everything around me was overly complicated. What a huge mess. Really dumb. I'm about to leave work. I haven't eaten all day. And then what do I discover? Oh, my work computer, the Wi-Fi adapter died. It just made me like, really? Like, and if you don't know, that's what lets you use Wi-Fi. So, like, I couldn't clock out, I couldn't do any more work, and I was trying to do trouble fixing, and I'm not in the office at the moment because I needed to deliver something. And it was one of those moments of just being like, oh my absolute god, please free me from this mortal coil. Because I don't do IT at my job full time, so like I don't have admin access, so that's something that IT has to fix, and I'm not there, so it's like, oh my god. But yes. Enough vamping. We finally got them all. Thank you once again, not only to everybody listening, not only the $1 patrons, but especially big shout out to all the $5 and up executive producers. So thank you so much, Jagingus, Budweiser Tall Cans, Carlos Hernandez, Contraband, Cross Renren, Dr. Luma, K Horse, Patrick Dissart, Philip Meyer, Solaire, Cameron Sharp, all of you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for dealing with the technical weirdities of everything here. But I hope you all enjoyed it, and we all had some fun here. I think we got, like, very little progress into Soul Hackers 2, but it at least gave you something to look at, so. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you next week.